Jai Hind. The topic which we are going to discuss today is cloud service providers. This particular topic it has been covered in Unit 2 under the subject code BMC 014. So the very first cloud service provider which we are going to discuss is Google. So Google, it is one of the leading cloud providers nowadays that offer secure storage of users' data. It not only provide you the storage, it also provide you the cloud platform, app engine, cloud print, cloud connect, and many more features that are scalable, reliable, and well as secure. It offers many of these services for free, or for some of the services you need to go with the subscription part. So the very first service which the Google is providing is the GCP, that is the Google Cloud Platform. It enables the developers to build, test, and deploy the applications on Google's highly scalable and reliable infrastructure. Google has one of the largest and most advanced network across the globe. Software infrastructure, for example, MapReduce, Bigtable, and Dremel are the innovations for the industrial development. GCP, it includes virtual machines, block storage, NoSQL data store, and big data analytics. It provides a range of storage services that allow easy maintenance and quick access of users' data. The cloud platform offers a fully managed platform as well as flexible virtual machines, allowing the user to choose as per their requirements. Google also provides easy integration of users' application within the cloud platform. Applications hosted on the cloud platform can automatically scale up to handle the most demanding workloads and scale down when traffic subsides. The cloud platform is designed to scale the Google's own products even when there is a huge traffic spike. Managed services such as App Engine or Cloud Data Store, it provides the auto scaling that enables application to grow with the users. The user has to pay only for what he or she is using. Another service provided by the Google is the Google Cloud Storage. It is a RESTful online file storage web service for providing and accessing one's data on Google infrastructure. Representational state transfer, that is REST, is an architectural style consisting of a coordinated set of architectural constraints applied to components, connectors, and data elements within a distributed system. The service combines the performance and scalability of Google Cloud with advanced security and sharing capabilities. It is safe and secure. The data here, it is protected through redundant storage at multiple physical locations. These are the new few tools for the Google Cloud Storage, that is the Google Developers Console. It is a web application where one can perform simple storage management tasks on the Google storage system. Another important tool is GSUtil, which is a Python application, and it let the user access the Google Cloud Storage from the command line. Another component is the Google Cloud Connect. It is a feature which is provided by Google Cloud, and it integrates the cloud and the APIs for Microsoft Office. After installing a plugin for the Microsoft Office suite of programs, one can save the files to the cloud. The cloud copy of the files becomes the master document that everyone uses. Google Cloud Connects assign each file a unique name, or a unique URL that that can be shared to let others view the document. If changes are made to the document, those changes will show up. It will be known to all the persons who are using those documents or who are viewing that document at that time. When multiple people make changes to the same section, the Cloud Connect gives chance to the user to choose which change need to be kept. And the Google Cloud Connect, it provides the services various services for to connect. For example, Google Calendar, it is being collaborated over the cloud. Another, Microsoft Office, all applications of Microsoft Office you can avail over the cloud, and other services are also being provided. For example, for the for the conferencing, we are having Gmeet. We are having for the collaboration over the classrooms, we are having Google Classroom, and so on. When the user uploads a document, the service inserts some metadata into the file. This metadata, it is a information about the information, that is what your document is composed of, which people they are sharing that document. So in this case, the metadata identify the file so that changes will track across all the copies, and it is if you are the owner of that file, then it is up to you that what kind of changes you want to capture. The backend is similar to the Google file system and relies on the Google Docs infrastructure. As the documents sync to the master file, the Google Cloud Connect sends the updated data out to all the downloaded copies of the document using the metadata to guide updates to the right files. Another important service is the Google Cloud Print. It is a service that extends the printer's function to any device that can connect to the internet. To use the Google Cloud Print, the user needs to have a free Google profile, an app, a program, or a website that use the Google Cloud Print feature, a cloud-ready printer, or printer connected to the internet, through which you can log on to that printer. When the Google Cloud Print is used through an app or website, the print request goes through the Google servers. The Google routes your request to the connected printer, to the associated printer with the users, with the printer which has been associated with your account. Assuming the respective printer is on and has an active internet connection, the print job would be executed on it in the same manner as it would be in an offline manner. Because most printers are not cloud ready, so most Google Cloud Print users will need to have a computer act as a liaison. So in this case, Google Cloud Print is an extension built into the Google Chrome browser, but it should be enabled explicitly. Once it is enabled, the service activates a small piece of code which is called a connector. The connector's job is to interface between the printer and the outside world. The connector uses the user's computer printer software to send the commands to the printer, that is from your laptop or desktop to the printer. If one has a cloud-ready printer, one can connect the printer to the internet directly without the need for a dedicated computer. The cloud printer has to be registered with the Google Cloud Print to take advantage of its capabilities. This is the requirement, because Google allows the apps and the websites developers to incorporate Google Cloud Print into their product. There is no standard approach to executing a print job. Google Cloud Print depends on developers incorporating the feature into their products. Not every app or site have this capability, so it limits its functionality. So Google builds the service into its own products, but many people rely on the services from multiple sources and may find this service does not have a wide enough adoption to meet their needs. Another important product from the Google is Google App Engine. It enables the developers to build their web app on the same infrastructure that powers the Google own applications. So leveraging Google App Engine, developers can accomplish the following tasks. The first one is write code once and deploy. That is provisioning and configuring multiple machines for web serving and data storage can be expensive and time consuming. Google App Engine makes it easy to deploy web applications by dynamically providing computing resources as they are needed. Developers write the Google code. The Google App Engine takes the care of the rest. It absorbs the spikes in traffic. That is, when a web app surges in popularity, the sudden increase in traffic can be overwhelming for certain applications. These spikes, they might be faced by the startups or the well-established companies. So, uh, um, these organizations, they find themselves re-architecting their database and entire system several times a year. With automatic replicating and load balancing, the Google App Engine makes it easy to scale from 1 user to 1 million by taking the advantage of big table and other components of Google scalable infrastructure. It is easy to integrate with other Google services. It's unnecessary and inefficient for developers to write the components like authentication and email from scratch. The developers who are using GAE, they can make use of the built-in components and they can deploy these components in their applications. Another important vendor over the cloud is Amazon. Amazon may be the most widely known cloud vendor. They offer the services on many different fronts, from storage to platform to database. Amazon seems to have their involvement in a number of cloud technologies. So what are these? The first one is EC2, that is Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. So EC2, it is a web service which is being offered by the cloud, and it offers resizable compute capacity in the cloud and is designed to make the web scaling easier for developers. Amazon EC2, it provides a simple web interface that allow you to obtain and configure capacity with little difficulty. It allow you to have a control of your computing resources. EC2 cuts the time it takes to obtain and boot new server instances to a few minutes, which allow you to change the scale as your needs changes. That is, if you require more resources, then EC2 will allocate you those resources, and if you want to release them, then you can also release them in a flexible manner. For instance, Amazon EC2 can run Microsoft Windows Server 2003 and is a way to deploy the applications which is using the Microsoft web platform, including ASP.NET or ASP.NET Ajax or Silverlight and Internet Information Server. It allows you to run Windows-based applications on Amazon's cloud computing platforms. This might be website, web service hosting, high performance computing, HPC, or the data processing. It may be media transcoding, ASP.NET application hosting, or any other application which requires the Windows software. EC2 also supports SQL Server Express and SQL Server Standard and makes those offerings available to customer on an hourly basis. That is, how much you want to use, it depends on you, and accordingly you are paying to the Amazon. Another important service provided by the Amazon is the Amazon S3, that is Simple Storage Service. In this case, it is the Amazon storage solution over the internet. It is designed to make web scale computing easier for the developers. S3 utilizes a simple web service interface that can be used to store and retrieve any amount of data from anywhere on the web. It gives developers access to the same data storage infrastructure that Amazon uses to develop its own applications. For database service, we are having Amazon SimpleDB. Now, this is another offering from the Amazon for the database. It provides core database functions of data indexing and the query. You can make the databases, you can go with the querying part, you can go with the indexing, you can make views, any kind. You can optimize your queries, that is anything which you want to do with your database, you can use SimpleDB in this case, which is being provided by the Amazon. This service works closely with Amazon Simple Storage service, that is Amazon S3, your Amazon SimpleDB and the Amazon EC2. They are working in collaboration with each other. They are working in a close network so that you can get the services in a hassle-free manner. This provides the ability to store, process, and query the data which you send over the cloud. Now the question comes, why you should use the simple DB? Amazon offers the features because the traditional relational database, they require the sizable upfront expenses. It is very complex to design, require the employment of a database administrator, because if you are having a in-house database, then in that case you need a DBA, so that that DBA can manage the database activities for you. But since you are using the simple DB over the cloud, then in that case all these things being handled by the Amazon. So if we compare the simple DB with the traditional databases, Amazon simple DB, it is very simple. It requires no schema, automatically indexes the data. You don't require to write the index related queries, provides a simple API for storage and how to access data storage, eliminates the administrative burden of data modeling, index maintenance and performance tuning, optimization, etc., because all these things being handled by the Amazon for you. Another important service is the Amazon Simple Queue service, that is SQS. It offers a scalable hosted queue for storing messages as they travel between the computers. Developers can move the data between the distributed components of their applications that perform different tasks without losing messages or requiring each component to be always available. SQS, it also allows the automated workflow to be created. It works closely with Amazon EC2 and other Amazon Web Services. SQS, it exposes the Amazon's web scale messaging infrastructure as a web service. Amazon is providing this facility as a web-based service. As such, any computer on the internet can add or read the messages without any specifically installing any software or in any API for it. So the Amazon SQL components, they can run independently and need not to be on the same network, developed with the same technology or running at the same time. Another web service is the Amazon CloudFront. It is a web service for content delivery. It works in conjunction with other Amazon web services, for example, EC2, etc., to give the developers and the businesses an easy way to distribute their content to the clients. It promises low latency, high data transfer speeds. The service delivers content using a global network of edge locations. Object requests are automatically routed to the nearest edge location, so content is delivered with the best performance possible. Now the next important service provider is the Microsoft. It provides cloud computing services by the name MSIT. The cloud computing is now the preferred and the default environment for the new and other migrated applications over the Microsoft. MSIT has developed the methodology and a set of best practices for analyzing their current application portfolio for possible users to migrate to cloud computing. This analysis enables the MSIT to select the ideal cloud computing based environment for each application. That is, with the help of the MSIT, you can first analyze that what kind of resources you want to use over the cloud. Once you have done the analysis, then you can go with those services which is being provided by the Microsoft for you over the cloud. It captured the best practices and documented them for other Microsoft customers who wish to migrate their organizations to the cloud computing. That is, if I'm having a business and similar business is being run by somebody else, then the MSIT will provide me a help so that I can analyze the things, that whether whether I should go with the cloud services or not, by analyzing or the documents which have been prepared for other business providers. The first one is Azure Service Platform, which is provided by the Microsoft. Azure Service Platform is a cloud computing and service platform which is provided by the Microsoft data centers. It supplies a broad range of functionality to build the applications to serve individuals or large organizations. The platform offers a cloud operating system and developer tools. That is, what kind of OS you want to use, what kind of tools you want to use, you can choose with the help of standard protocols like your REST and the SOAP. Azure services can be used individually or in conjunction with one another to build new applications or to enhance the already existing applications. Windows Azure, it is a cloud-based OS that enables the development, hosting, and the service management environment. It gives the developers an on-demand computing and storage environment that can be used to host, scale, and manage web applications through Microsoft data centers. To build the applications and services, the developers can use the Visual Studio skills they already have. Further, Azure supports existing standards like XML, SOAP, or REST. It can be used to add web service capabilities to existing applications, build and modify the applications, and then move them onto the web. Make, test, debug, and distribute web services efficiently and inexpensively. Reduce the cost of IT management. Another important service is the SQL related services. So Microsoft SQL service, it extends the SQL Server capabilities to the cloud as web-based services. It allows the storage of all the three kinds of databases, that is structured, unstructured, or the semi-structured. If you want to go with any kind of database, you can use SQL services, which is being provided by the Azure. Services delivers a set of integrated services. You can go with the relational queries, you can do the searching, you can do the reporting, you can analyze the databases, you can integrate the things, and you can synchronize the data. This can be done by even on your mobile phones or your laptops which are connected remotely. Another important service is the .NET service. This is a set of Microsoft hosted developer oriented service that provide the components required by many cloud-based and cloud-aware applications. .NET services, they are similar to your .NET framework, which provide a high-level class libraries that makes development much more robust. This can help the developers to focus more on their end products, building those end products and deploying those end products. You can use the cloud infrastructure for this. .NET services are also available to other development technologies through the use of various protocols like REST, HTTP, etc. Another set of services which is providing by the Azure is the live services. It is a development center and the supplier of software development kits for Windows Live and Azure service platforms. It gives information about getting started with Windows Live services, current demonstration and APIs and samples. Microsoft Assessment and Planning Toolkit, it is also known by the MAP. It is an agentless, automated, multi-product planning and assessment tool for the cloud migration. MAP provides detailed readiness assessment reports, executive proposals you can get over there, hardware and the software information. It also provides recommendations to help the organizations accelerate the application migration process for both private and public cloud planning assessments. MAP analyzes the server utilization data for server virtualization and also server consolidation with VMM, that is Hyper-V in this case. SharePoint, this is another service. Microsoft offers its SharePoint services to aid the collaboration efforts. That is just like your Google Cloud Connect, we are having SharePoint in the Microsoft context. SharePoint service provides communities for team collaboration and makes it easy for the users to work together. It may be document, it may be task, it may be projects, it may be events. or it may be any kind of other collaborations. Additionally, team and site managers, they can coordinate the site contents and the user activity. SharePoint sites are made up of web parts and Windows ASP.NET based components. Web parts are designed to be add-ons to the web pages, that is, you need to download them as an add-on and then integrate them in your browsers. These can be configured by the site administrator and users to create complete page-based applications. SharePoint sites are places where teams can participate in and discuss, they can share their documents, they can collaborate, they can go with the surveys, etc., etc. Site content can be accessed from a web browser and through the client that supports web-based services. Document collaboration controls allow you to check in, check out, and control the document versioning. That is, you can decide at what kind of version, which version you want to keep of your document. If the multiple users they are sharing, then multiple users they are making different versions, and being the owner of that document, it is up to you that which version you need to keep. Microsoft Office system programs uses SharePoint site content. A site collaborative content like document, list, events can be read and edited with Microsoft Office Word. Picture editing possible. Microsoft Office Outlook can also be used with the SharePoint. It also allows the managers to customize the content and the layout of the sites so that the site members they can access and work with relevant information. Member activity can also be monitored, and the members they can also be provided different levels of privileges, that is, which kind of member they can do what activity with what kind of documents. These are the references which is being used to prepare these slides. This is all for today. Jai Hind. And later on, another two vendors they have been left out. One is IBM and Salesforce, which is being covered in later on videos. Thank you.